Trust me. If you search, you want to buy it immediately. I saw a guy holding a thing like this at LA when he told me what it was, and I said to myself to buy it immediately.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Refresh Step where you recover yourself for the main step. I'm your host for today, tomorrow and the foreseeable future, Theodore Lu. And I'm with Autos Battler in the UK and admin of Bell Spirits English Wiki, Ayumu Seiki.
Hello.
But yeah, Ayumu, today we are not alone because you know what friendship means. It means we are with the boys. And quite literally, we are today accompanied by our friends from Boys Spirit Saga. So yeah. Yay.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone. So yeah, introduce yourself, guys.
All right. Hello, guys. We're the Boy Spirit Saga. I'm Thorfrast.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Michalo.
Yeah.
That's the team.
So yeah, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like why do you guys start Boy Spirit Saga? Because like to us, since we are like here in the time gaming, we are basically like the clowns, right? We make skits sometimes for Bell Spirit Saga, especially if it's Christmas. So you guys are basically our business rival in a way. Yeah, in a good way.
Yeah, I understand. Well, to be honest, we're a group of friends who like to play Ball Spirit Saga, and when we hang around and go to a cafeteria and play test and have fun, our days and the time we spend together is initially full of memes, laughter, and a lot of fun. And we thought, why don't we try and communicate our experience to the rest of the players, to the rest of the community? Like, if we can laugh at our own jokes, then so you can, right?
True. I usually only post stuff that so basically how usually I make my video is I just show Ayumu like the script, like, yeah, I have this idea, so there's this Santa and then he will do this and then he laugh and then I'll make that. So yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
exactly. So how do you guys usually come about like making your skits? Like, because for me it's basically because like daytime gaming works in something we call like the democratorship, so like everyone can chip in something but I have the final say. Do you guys like, I mean, like, you guys started this like you guys unlike daytime gaming where it's basically like it is quote unquote my channel and then like I just drag my friends into this. Like since you guys like branded yourself like Boy Spirit Saga basically has you guys' face on it, like how do you guys usually like get about and like decide like, okay, so we need to make this, we need to make that?
Well, Michalo and I, initially, it's only the two of us at the moment. We don't want to drag our other friends because they have schedules, they have private lives and stuff, and we're more democratic. Like, I propose an idea, Michalo suggests other things, and we find ourselves at about in the middle, right? What do you think, Michalo, about that?
We like Thorfrast has an idea, and then we develop on it, and we end up with a different product in the end. That's very interesting, yeah. And I have spent many hours laughing my ass off of some idea that Thorfrast thought on the spot. So we changed the how do we say it?
The whole concept.
Yeah, the whole concept of the video, and it becomes something different at the moment that we record the video.
It's always really nice to see like how your idea somewhat like evolves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of improvisation as well. So yeah, we have a basic script, and then we just bring our own character in the videos. So yeah, we show it with to our friends, and since they laugh, we post it.
Oh yeah, that is really nice to have like some sort of like feedback. Yeah.
And if I mean, sometimes we laugh a lot, just the two of us, so we post it anyways, and pray for the best.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot easier for you guys because you two, like, well, your group, your community does like kind of base like around the same country, probably in the same town as well. Actually, I don't know. But like, it's a lot harder for me and Theo to do these kind of things just because we're literally in separate countries. And like sometimes I will feel said, okay, let's do this. I said, that's not going to work.
Yeah, I see. That's unfortunate, to be honest. And this is one of the great advantages Greece has, that it's such a small country, and many areas are really close to each other. So the distances are quite small, to be honest. Well, I could take my car and ride a 15-minute drive and like pass at about 3 or 4 different areas and neighborhoods, and I can meet with Michalo right on the spot. And especially, you know what? I'll say to you with an example. 2 days ago, we met with Michalo in another area that none of us was living there. Because of a nice spot I found, and due to the great variety of memes I have inside my head, we use that spot specifically for a certain video. Let's say.
Yeah. Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I won't spoil anything yet, but yeah.
Oh, nice. So we are getting a little bit of behind the scenes here.
Yeah.
Nice.
We did some outdoors video editing and stuff. Okay.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been wanting to shoot outdoors as well, but like the microphone thing is a little bit of a bitch. So yeah, how does it
Well,
work
I
for you
mean,
guys?
to be fair, the main thing is that we did shoot outdoors and we just decide not to use them. I'm just gonna expose you right here now, Theo.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there is actually that one time where actually like I brought the, like I was planning to do that, and then like I left the microphone at home, or like I went like somewhere just to do like a microphone test, and then like yep. So the whole purpose of this trip is to do a microphone test, and then like yeah, that is the one thing that I forgot to bring from home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like yeah, I mean like you guys started like from last month, if I'm not wrong, right? I'm a bad friend. I am already subscribed, but like I didn't pay so much attention.
It was in the beginning of this month. Yeah.
Which is actually not too far off. So yeah.
At about 3.5 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Somewhere like that.
So how is it for you guys so far? Like, is there any mishap that you guys have done that you have experienced already? Like, not done, like, because like sometimes the mishaps can be outside of your control, right?
Well, to be honest, we're still adapting to these platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. We try to correct ourselves video by video. We try not to include, any misunderstandings about certain social groups, and we try to be more carefree. Well, and Michalo is more experienced on YouTube, to be honest, and he's really helpful with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a YouTube channel. I was doing Digimon games, commentating on them. Yeah, on a local level. But exams came in. I had to finish my bachelor's degree, so I had to post that. But now I use this experience to in this channel that we made with Thor. Yeah, and we decided that like when was it, after London, after Wolverhampton, Thor? Do you remember when?
Yeah, it was about last February when we went to
Yeah.
Grand Tour at Wolverhampton for Ball Spirit Saga.
So yeah, we said that we are going to start the channel, and Thor instantly bought a professional kit, so that we don't have any issues with mics or tripods or camera. As how is it called?
That's a gimbal. It's called a gimbal.
Yeah, as a gimbal.
Oh my goodness, you guys.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
what's that? What's a gimbal?
Trust me. If you search what a gimbal is, you want to buy it immediately. Trust me.
Wait, well, I don't even know how you spell it. Like gimbal.
It's,
Gimbal.
Bimbal. Oh, gimbal. Oh,
Yeah, gimbal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
You know, I saw a guy holding a thing like this at the World Championship at LA. I asked him what was that, and when he told me what it was, I searched it and I said to myself, "Oh shit!" I mean, you know, I want to buy it immediately, regardless of recording videos for a YouTube channel or videos for me and my girlfriend or my whole life. You know. It was really tempting, to be honest, to buy something like that.
True. Because like, especially like if you want to do like a family photo or something, that it is like one of the simple thing, that you
Yeah,
guys.
exactly. You can go on vacation with your family and try and record videos or take photos with that. It's really convenient.
Yeah. Imagine like the moments that you guys have been waiting for so long, and then like suddenly, one short moment it slipped through your finger, and then like all is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Indeed, yeah. I can kind of understand that.
I cannot understand that. I'm not. I'm not a photographer myself, or like any kind in terms of like filming and stuff like that. Like you see my YouTube channel, like I don't even do those kind of stuff. It's all just like a board, and there's like a PNG image of myself, and it's just like throw random image onto there, and like that's it. I suck at this.
I know I suck at this myself, but as soon as you buy something like a gimbal, it forces you to even pretend that you're a professional photographer or something. Trust me on that.
Yeah, there is sometimes that kind of route, so you kind of like force yourself to be professional because like the cost is already sunk, so I have to do this now.
Yeah,
True.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm still debating on getting a new laptop exactly because of that. It's like I need to commit myself to making YouTube videos if I actually buy a new laptop, and I don't want to do it now.
True. But although there's so much you can do with your new laptop, Ayumu. Like you can watch everything in surround sound now. Well, no. The speaker will probably be shit, so don't do that. But yeah.
So do you all like have a hobby or like even a job on like photography and filming?
Well, we agreed with Michalo that we would upload 2 videos per week, just to be a little more to have free time to record and stuff. I myself have a job. I myself have other hobbies other than Battle Spirit Saga and TCG in general. But I believe that if you don't have that many activities during your week, you can schedule that. You can schedule your whole free time. Like tomorrow, I'll go out with my friends. The day after tomorrow, I will meet with Michalo and record some stuff. In 2 days' time, I will study for my university. Let's say it's all about good planning and don't. If I may say, overuse your free time only with clubbing and getting out.
I definitely understand that. Yes.
Yeah. I can't understand it because I'm old. You young
Yeah.
peoples.
Come on, man. How old are you?
Just kidding. I am 31 right now.
Oh, I'm 29, so I think
Yeah.
we're close enough.
Yeah. Next year you'll get the debuff and you will understand.
I know. I hope I don't.
Yeah.
And to end this podcast early so Grandpa Theo can go to sleep.
Indeed. Nah, just kidding. I am a programmer, so I just woke up.
Oh, you're a programmer.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, it's more of my trade rather than my job. I'm currently still looking for one.
He aims to be a programmer.
Yeah. It's my only my only transferable skill.
So your future plans are not having free time at all.
Oh, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Yeah. I kind of wish like speaking of like jobs and hobbies, right? Like, do you guys have like a dream job that you guys want to do in the future?
I personally do what I dreamed of.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me about my profession, though.
Okay.
It's not about. You know what? I have a philosophical thought about that. So it's not about having your dream job in general. You may get a job that you don't like at all, but your colleagues there make you forget everything, make the best out of it, bring out the best out of you, and maybe you're gonna be friends later on. Everything is programmed to happen. So even if you don't manage to get your dream job, you might get your dream life at the end. You know what I mean?
True.
Just go with the flow, that.
Yeah. I agree with that as well, because like my first job is also like really different from what I was aiming for, because I wanted to be a game dev, but like I pivoted real hard to other ones.
Yeah.
But like but yeah, I mean like it's less into like the jobs that you want to do and more like, okay, so let's say you're like 50 and then you already have like enough money. Like, do you guys have like any dreams to maybe like open a cafe or like maybe start like a
For sure.
something
That's
like
me.
that? Yeah, or maybe start a car shop.
No, I want to open a coffee shop, to be honest. Yeah. But a professional one, not a simple one. With expensive machinery and everything measured. So every batch comes perfect every time.
Yeah, that will be nice.
But that's a dream, right?
Yeah. I mean like there is like sometimes the discussion is like when you are old and then like you are already like done your time, your child's already grow up, like, and then now you suddenly have access back to your money. Like, what do you want to do? Like, some people like maybe their option is basically just to make a business that okay, so even if this doesn't make profit, I still want to do this. Like,
yeah, I totally agree with you. You have to take that risk in the end.
Yeah,
because you might regret doing it, but regretting not doing it, it's much more worse, I believe.
Indeed. And you're about to die anyway, so like, what is there to regret?
Yeah, exactly.
You're about to die anyway. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about like when we are like 50, 60, right? So like, I mean, like if I fail, the worst is like, okay, I will live in the hospital like one night less. So like,
When you're 60, you still have at least 20 years to live. You're not about to die.
True. Yeah,
yeah, Theo is much closer to 60 than us. You know?
Yeah, true.
True. He's already planning for his retirement.
True. Like, I don't even have a job yet, and I already planned for my retirement. Shows how much I am really energized for looking at a job now. Now, I guess that's
you
like
have high hopes.
Yeah.
You look for a job so you can retire. That's the goal.
Indeed.
That's the point, yeah.
Now, that's like recently, like one of the discussions, like if I go home, like what if I were to go back to Indonesia, right? Like, what will I do then? Like, then one of the option that I have in mind is to basically like make a bed and breakfast, because like I think like same with you guys. Like I really enjoyed like the travel part of playing TCGs. So like, yeah, I think like making a bed and breakfast is kind of like related to that, because like then so if you guys like have like a TCG event in my city, then you guys can just call you guys like just stay in my place. I will give you guys matrix.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, we don't have, there's no need to be a tournament around your area to come and visit you right now,
True.
Yeah, after all the tournaments we've played, and I believe the friendship we've built, we don't need tournaments to travel. You can come to Greece if you want. I can arrange you to stay somewhere for free. Like, you can come to my place and stay.
Nice.
And it's all about, I believe, traveling. TCG traveling is the most you can get out of socializing about, meeting other people and making friends. It's the only thing you can get at the end.
It definitely surprised me, because when I first started like playing this game, I practically only aimed to win, which I drastically failed after my first tournament. But
Come on, man. Come on. You beat me at Worlds.
Yeah, but like as you said, like after a whole year, like what I really care about more is like the other players more than the game itself, ironically. Like whenever I try to do something about Saga, like the first thing that I actually think of is like, okay, what the other people are going to do? Like, where are they going? Like, should I go with them? Like, instead of like, should I join the tournament? Like, for example, last time when we went to Milan, the reason for me to go to Milan wasn't actually to win, but simply to hang out with everyone.
Yeah,
And I was like, I don't really care if I gonna win, if I even gonna get any travel voucher. I mean, it's kind of I got kind of like awkward ending at 9th place, but either way, like I did have fun, just like following, like all the players, like friend, just like being friends with like new people. I mean, I'm really glad that just like for Greece, I already met like 3 new players, who's like I have panels like introduced to me and just like, hey, they just joined like 3 months ago and now they're here to play tournaments. Like, oh wow, great.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, like it's not about the destination; it's the friends you made along the way.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any like so far? Like, do you guys have any travel destination that is your favorite?
Oh,
or is Greece still better in the end?
well, I liked when I traveled to LA
Yeah, of course.
earlier this year. Obviously, I never expected to. Well, I never traveled to the States, so it was a neat experience for me, and it's what Ayumu said, that you traveled that far to meet friends, right? And I was tired. I was with all that jet lag and stuff. But when I went to the venue, I was like, okay, it felt like home or something, if I may say. I wanted to come to Milan also, but due to my job, I couldn't travel that time. But I want to travel to Europe later on any other grand tour.
Nice.
Whenever that happens.
Yeah. Hopefully in Netherlands. What about
Hope
you,
so.
Milan? Yeah.
Hope so.
Exactly.
Utrecht.
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, I think.
Utrecht is better.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Now, I was just trying to say, like, I think if they do hold the car fest in Utrecht, like, I don't even think there has to be like something related to Saga. I think we can just use that as an excuse to gather the Saga players in Utrecht, and like it doesn't even have to be any official event. We just like gather up, do like a community-based event or something like that.
True.
I mean, like you can always just like hold like a mini tournament as long as like we can like like find a place that's big enough. Doesn't even have to be like, I mean, this sounds ridiculous, but like it doesn't even have to be indoor. You can literally just like, hey, there's a park with like a whole field. Let's just sit there and play. Just like
yeah, exactly. Grab some coffee and just sit there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think like at the end, if we mean it, there's always a way. There's always a reason to just travel together.
True.
Yeah, and we can also celebrate Marv's birthday for the fifth time.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
we missed the last one.
I don't think we've done that in Milan, unfortunately, because I think Marv only came after we almost finished.
Yeah.
Then
he was late to his birthday. Okay, I see.
Yeah, he was late to his own birthday. Oh, oh, how shameful.
Love you, Marv. Love you, Marv.
Indeed. So yeah, well, for you, how about you, Michalo? Since you didn't get to join us in LA like last time, did you have any particular travel destination that you enjoyed going to?
Yeah, that would be Utrecht. I mean, I love Netherlands. I have been to Amsterdam as well. I love the vibe there and everything that they offer.
Nice.
But I mean, I have traveled to Germany as well and to Wolverhampton. I think that's my 3 trips with this game. Yeah, but Utrecht was the best, to be honest.
Nice. What do you guys like for the food? Like, what do you guys enjoy so far, like abroad? Because like, of course, we know that Greece has like really bomb foods as well. So like, how does it stand to you guys?
Oh god, he's asking about food already. Jesus Christ. just for context, literally every episode of our podcast, somehow we just like redirect our themes to food somewhere along the way. And then at the end, everyone just ends the episode hungry.
Exactly.
I want to say something here. If you grow up in Greece and many Greek people grow up with their grandparents because their parents tend to work a lot of hours. So with all this different variety of food in Greece, they're really full of fat. So when you ask for food as a child, your grandparents want to satisfy you and like cook you a big amount of food, so you eat everything. And if you don't stop yourself from dying, you end up being overweight, and you understand, right?
So yeah, I mean, it's the same. I think it's the same with basically every grandparent in like anywhere around the world. I mean, at least in Asia, this is also a joke that we also frequently have. Just like, you go to your grandparents' place and then, somehow you just come out with an extra few kilos on yourself. And probably some extra money as well, because of grandma like stuffing your money under the table like you're doing drugs.
Exactly. But this happens every day, like in Greece. But the good thing is that when you grow up, enough, you try to force yourself to work out. So it in the end, it's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I guess it gives you the foundation. Yeah. It gives you the foundation.
I mean, to be fair, I've seen like, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Greek in my life. Like you guys were probably like the first bunch of Greek that I've actually seen in person. And I gotta say, like most of you guys are like actually really buffed in one way or another.
Yeah, I know.
True. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I haven't actually had like proper Greek food, because like the last time I did, it was like from like a chained restaurant somewhere in Manchester, and like they were pretty good, but like I don't think they would be authentic, in the eyes of a real Greek.
Well, totally agree with you, man. It's all about the marketing. Like, even if you come to Greece, you might taste authentic Greek food, but it depends on the destination. Like, every place in Greece has really different varieties of the same food,
Mm.
and you can see it. There's a northern variety, a southern variety, the island variety of the same food. So there is so much to explore, especially in food.
Indeed.
So so you won't get bored easily here, you know.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a history freak myself as well. I literally learned about ancient Greeks and Roman stuff back in high school. So it's not going to be just about food here. If I come to Greece, the first thing I'm probably going to ask you is to bring me to the Colosseum in Rome or something like that.
We have the Parthenon here.
Nice.
Yeah, isn't Colosseum in Italy?
Well, I was.
We can
I,
bring
mean,
it. For
I kind of
argument.
mixed them up, but like you get what I mean. You get what I mean. Like,
Indeed. Yeah.
you know, yeah.
But as Mihalo said, they can just bring it to bring it to Greece.
Yeah, there's not a day that passes that we don't refer to the Roman Empire at all.
My God. So the meme is actually real. So you guys like when you guys like have nothing else to think about, like so now my work is done. I've caught up with my family, and then now my mind is supposed to be empty.
Nah.
But the Roman Empire too.
Yeah, exactly. The memes are real.
Indeed. Yeah, I can.
I'm never heard of that meme for sure.
Yeah. like I think the meme is basically like there is not a moment where you guys where you guys don't think about like the Roman Empire. I think
Exactly.
Yeah, I think I can kind of relate to that because like in Indonesia we also like have like a super empire previously that spans all the way to mainland Southeast Asia, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like that's.
I mean, I can kind of relate to that as well, just because like Hong Kong used to be a colony of like the British Empire. So like even after they left, like everything else is like just like in English or like something related to Britain. Like when I was small, I never understood why like all the street names are like in people's name. So like we literally got the longest road in Hong Kong called the Queen's Road. Like it's so long that like we actually had to separate to Queen's Road West and Queen's Road East, and then there's also Queen's Road Central. It's that long, and then we also got like something like Thompson Street, and then like Bollington Street, like things like that, and Johnson Street. But like the most confusing part is that because Hong Kong is still Chinese based. So like beside the English name, everything else is also translated in Chinese. And like if you don't really understand Chinese, the way translation works in Chinese is basically you have the name and then people will throw in random Chinese characters that sound like the name. And then like that's it. So like when you read a road name in Chinese, you would never knew where it actually came from or like who even the guy was because like they're not translated properly. But like even then, you know, beside the street names, then like you also have a lot of architectures that are like also very British. Or actually, now that I think about it, they do somehow look like I don't know how to describe it, but like you know how some Europeans like structures right now kind of still have the style from Rome. If that makes sense. And like we still have a lot of those over here as well, especially with how not the churches, but like like how like the parliaments are built, like how the government buildings are built. You just like on the side, you just like have random columns like they're supposed to shape like a Roman or Greek temple or something like that. It's like architecture is weird, but here we are.
Indeed.
Yeah, to be honest, the Chinese culture is one of the ancient civilizations in this on this planet. Like,
True.
I believe modern architecture is not that good. Yeah, not that good.
Oh
Mm,
yes.
yeah.
Oh my God. I agree so much. Yeah.
I want to travel to China and see Chinese stuff. I want to travel to Italy and see Roman stuff.
Mm.
But I don't want to travel to China and see the same things I see in Europe.
Mm.
Yes. Yes.
If
for
you know
sure.
what I mean.
Yeah, like that's kind of the culture just like so different, like between the two continents. Cause like, well, I mean, I can't say everything. I can't say about everything for Asia, but like, at least in China, the culture that we have, the habit that we have is that we would try to just develop everything. Especially like Hong Kong is like the best example for this, like as a city in China, in that because like we have so little space, we cannot just save everything. Like we have like a few temples here or around there. We got a few older structures, but when I say old, I just means like 19th century structure, which isn't even that old. So, but yeah, as you said, like in Europe, like they focus a lot more on like preserving like the historical sites, and like I do sometimes have friends who like kind of came to visit me in the UK, or like we just traveled together in the UK, and then like they would always question that like why do like the British still keep their building like this? It's not efficient. Like that's literally what my uncle said. He just came to the UK like a week ago, and then I was like, well, as you can see, it's still functioning. So I guess there's no point to put them down. And yeah, and like now that you mentioned about China, one interesting thing that I think quite some historians said is that when you want to experience Asian China, you actually have to go to Japan.
Mm.
Really.
True.
Yeah,
Ooh.
because Japan has a excuse me, Japan has like a legend, like a really Asian legend that like the current like dominant ethnicity in Japan, which we call the Yamato people, basically like the Japanese that you see today, actually came from China, like long time ago. And like when they came over to Japan, they also like brought over the Chinese culture. And Japan is one of those countries that actually preserve their historical culture pretty well. So yeah, so like we got like sayings like in history to say that if you want to learn about Asian culture, if you want to learn about Asian China, like going to Japan will probably help you more than going to China actually.
Yeah. Where did we go wrong here? And Japan did right. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know, right?
Man.
Especially if you go to the Netherlands. So if you want to see like how the Netherlands is like in the 1700s to 1900s, you just go to Indonesia. We still preserve their building that they built when they were there, but like
Yeah.
you go to Netherlands now, everything is modern, which is nice. They kind of like they're one of the countries that kind of like nailed like the modern architecture, but like other countries kind of like, yeah, this is the modern architecture. Yeah, this is boring.
Yeah, this is boring. Exactly.
That also reminds me how my mom told me when she first visited Canada, and then like her friend was bringing her around, and then they walked into the I think it's like the central train station in Toronto, and then like her friend just said, "Oh, this is this older structure that we have over here in Canada," and then my mom just like read a sign somewhere, it's like built in 90 something.
Oh, so old.
yeah.
Oh.
And then that also reminds me of like kind of like a Facebook comment or something like, the socks that I have at home is older than your structure.
Yeah, exactly. No offense, by the way.
Yep.
No offense. We love Toronto. There are many Greeks there.
I mean, everything has to start somewhere for a country as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's still history for them. But like, it's just funny when you like just like compare them like that.
True.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So since for people who never went to Greece, like how would you describe like Greece nowadays? Like the architecture wise, of course, not.
Well, maybe not just architecture, but maybe just in general. Let's expand a little bit.
Okay, let's make it a little bit wider then. Like if I were to like spend like
A
set
week.
amount of time, like a week, like when I first like reached the Athens airport, like where would you bring us next?
Oh, yeah. So, Michalo, I'll take the lead in that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, to be honest, if let's say you come to Athens, which is the capital of Greece, Athens has many good places to visit, either with good food or sightseeing. But Athens also has many nasty places to avoid because here in Athens, the crime rate is a bit high. You know, I'm not gonna extend it a lot, but many people come from different countries. There is no, let's say, no control on everything. The police doesn't do their job properly. Either because the the great leaders of our country don't let them do so. That we are a corrupted country. Let's be honest. But
I can
there,
relate to that.
yeah, I know. But there are
How
many.
do we even get to this? We're like two TCG channels, and then suddenly we go into the topic of, oh yeah,
Exactly. Like,
this is really corrupted. I don't like my government here.
Yeah.
There's so many crimes.
That's why
Exactly.
that's why I love Indonesia.
it's like that meme from Rogue One, Star Wars, which says, "What are we doing? Where's the garrison?" Like, anyway. So there are many good places to visit. We have so many ancient areas to visit and see. Many ancient temples. Many good places to hang around. Many squares. Many restaurants. But I advise you on this. Don't come to Greece during summer vacation.
Oh.
There are many tourists,
Okay.
so the crime rate is much more higher. But the real problem is it's extremely hot.
Oh yeah.
You know, this year was the holiday was irritating. It was like 42 degrees today.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same here.
Damn! Wow.
Yeah.
We have more of these coming.
Exactly. Sunscreen won't protect you at all. Like you
Like,
will burn.
I was about to say we're Asians. We should be fine. No, 42
Yep.
degrees.
Nope.
Jeez.
Welcome to survival mode.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think like in Indonesia, 42 is like already like a national. It's going to make it to the news. Like 42 is like a little bit too much. Although like we constantly live in like 32 to 38 degree.
Yeah.
But we have air conditioning. Like in Europe, the problem is like air conditioning is not as prevalent. So it's like, yeah, you go out and then like you die.
Yeah, I don't think Hong Kong's even reached 40 degrees before.
Hmm.
But like either way, as you said, we do have air conditioning. Like in fact, Hong Kong is like probably the one place on earth with the most air conditioners. And it does become a problem in terms of environment, but it's not a topic for today.
Yeah. It's for when we are a little bit if we if we are drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe after midnight.
Yep, indeed.
But you know, if you come to Greece, you know, Michalo has a nice balcony where we can. Yeah, it's up to you, Michalo. You know.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. We will do a feast if you come.
Nice.
Yeah, feast.
Yes.
Just
Feast.
Yeah.
decide when.
Yeah, if we come to Indonesia, like I will bring you guys to the good place, to the buffet, quote unquote.
Can't wait.
Yeah, because like we have like this kind of restaurant where it is kind of like a buffet, so they will bring all the menu that they have on your table, but basically you just pay for what you take.
Perfect.
Yeah, so
Sounds good.
they have a magic to kind of know like, yeah, so yeah, I think you take like one piece of beef here, so I'm going to charge you for one beef. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, okay then.
Exactly. Yeah, because what the why do I suddenly why do I suddenly stop?
Yeah,
Well-
let's refer to the Roman Empire once more.
Yeah, I need to realign my thinking to the Roman Empire because like I
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Take your time, man.
indeed I was like yeah, because like the one thing that was on my mind was because like there was this one Greek restaurant near my place, and they for the longest time they were like one of the cheapest in my area, and they were like really hearty, really homey until
Yeah.
until one day they decided to increase the price, and also the tzatziki is now paid, so it's like, oh, my home is gone.
Yeah, Europe is the best continent.
Yay.
My
My
God.
God, I always call the UK the God-forsaken land.
Uh-uh. It is spreading. The UK is spreading. Like UK is bringing back like the empire taste, but like not in the way, not in the same way, unfortunately.
It just bring this continental depression over everyone else.
Exactly.
We're going to the Empire days just backwards, like you know.
Oh, yeah. To the day of the conquest when everyone is hungry.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But yeah, let's speak of happier stuff. Like because like you guys like have started like Spirit Saga pretty much from the start, right? Like what do you guys find so fun about the game?
I was about to ask the same thing actually. Like, how do you guys start the game?
Michalo?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but I think it was I wanted to start. For me personally, I wanted to start something new that came out, and Battle Spirit Saga was the game that came out. And what kept me was the community. Firstly, I did a lot of friends, and very healthy. It was a very healthy environment.
Wow.
And secondly, I loved the competitive aspect of the game. And how it makes you to build your own deck and makes you to play better and win, as Ayumu said. It has those factors that keeps me going. I want to find more deck lists and more stuff to do and more spices to add. Yeah, and outplay my opponents and everything. Yeah, I love this. I love everything on this game. Mechanically, it's amazing.
Nice. Yeah. So now like Greece is like one of the remaining strongholds in Europe, right? Like Greece and Italy are like I think two of the
Yeah,
biggest communities in Europe. Like what do
Yeah,
you
exactly.
what do you guys think? Like do you guys like have ever like found out like maybe like what made what resonates between Spirit Saga and the Greek community that oh yeah, this is why the game works in Greece basically.
Well, to be honest, me personally, I knew what Battle Spirits was. I knew about the anime. I was informed. I was being informed about the game as the sets came out. We're like set 68 now. Am I right, Ayumu?
69.
69.
Very nice.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
actually, it's literally going to be released this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Going to be after this podcast. We're going to
So I was watching the first Battle Spirits anime back to 2013, and I was saying to myself, if this game comes to English, because I think it was released in English about 6 sets, and then it was discontinued.
yeah.
And I was like, I want to play that game. I will drop every other TCG I play. And when I saw that Battle Spirit Saga was coming out in last April, in a year and a half before, I said to myself, I will start that game no matter what. To be honest, I never expected myself and the whole community here in Greece to come to this now. Like, it was 5 people we started playing Battle Spirits, my friends. I bought a box. My very first booster pack contained the Saga Nova.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I heard you say that before.
Yeah,
that was,
and I said to myself, I will play this deck and I will try to make it competitive.
yes, the
my-
legendary Nova player.
My friends never. Well, they told me sometimes they say, "Come on, play around your weaknesses, and you know your deck is not that good and stuff." And it was at that time that I believe it was last July when I went to my first grand opening. It was at Coventry, I believe.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, my very first game was against Enoch.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was playing white control against red Nova, which is an insta-lose for the Nova player. And when I played Baculus, when the Enterprise was down there, which cost him the game at that point, many of my friends said that you can play whatever you want. The theory's crafting is endless. You don't have to limit yourself in thinking inside of the box. You have to think outside of the box. Like, my biggest problem back then was Enterprise, and I was searching every card I could use against Enterprise, and I saw Baculus, a 6 cost, Purple Spirit, remove Soul Cores. I can ascend Nova on top of Baculus, and I said, yeah, that's perfect. And then many of my friends starting playing more competitively, and we brought more people to the community that like the game, and we built like 3 weekly locals here
Damn.
in 3 different stores.
Wow.
Yeah, I never believed that we would come to this far right now. And if I want to say one thing to every player out there is, don't try to be that much competitive. Try to enjoy the whole journey. We don't know how much time Battle Spirit Saga will be out, right? Yeah, so try to enjoy the whole experience. Try to have fun, and the tournaments, the high tops, and everything else will come later on. Don't rush it.
Yeah. That's a very beautiful way of thinking. And I think like I really like how you see like the possible finity of Saga is like in a good way, because like I think like the thing that I was really sad to see, like when some of the other games that are well loved, like Body Fight, when it ends, people were like really angry that the game ends. They were like saying, "Yeah, this is a bad game, that's why it ends."
No, I
It's
totally
yeah.
totally disagree about that. Body Fight was such a good game.
Yeah.
It's all about the company's fault. Like, I remember that Bushiroad was publishing a new TCG every week. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, instead of discontinuing, let's say, what was that? Dragon Age? The one you played with
Dragonborn.
guys. Dragonborn, yeah. they chose to discontinue Body Fight, and I was like, what?
I know, right?
Why?
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Body Fight is still going on in Thailand, if I'm not wrong. So it's like, why? Like, why do you continue it on like this one single market? It's like, why?
Oh yeah, like that's actually one thing I'm really confused, because I thought like Spotify has like just like completely stopped, but like somehow I'm still seeing news about it even like nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a post 3 months ago about an anniversary set was, and I was like, what year is this?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I accidentally travel back in time?
Yeah, exactly. Wake up, Tomb. What pandemic? What 2014? It's 2013. Let's go play some Vanguard, right?
Oh my god, my old Vanguard days.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It was a 10 long year run, and I liked it.
Indeed.
Until everyone died. Yeah.
Theo was a Vanguard champion.
Yep.
Oh,
Nationally, yeah.
I'm honored.
No, my taste is already gone. now I can't play Vanguard anymore.
Well, you still have the title.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean like the only one that I resent is actually like the end of Vanguard, because like if Vanguard just ended there, I would probably have move on with it. Like it was a very good game, and like just like how you guys find Saga, like in the end it's about the friend I made along the way, because like
Yeah, exactly.
because like my my community like up to that point was like all from Vanguard, so like
Me too, exactly. When Vanguard stopped, no, Vanguard is not over. But when Vanguard got bad, after the second, I believe, reboot, and none of my friends kept playing. We argued with my friends. Well, my whole life changed after that. It was the pinnacle point, and it was when Digimon. Yeah, it was when Digimon came out, and I started to make new friends and meeting Michalo and the other guys. And what Battle Spirit Saga did is to strengthen our bond through traveling. You know.
True.
Yeah.
True. You guys will get more. Like, oh yeah. So speaking of like, since we do have like our lives before Battle Spirit Saga, right? Like, how do you guys start like with TCG in general? Because like for me, for Ayumu, he started with Battle Spirits because Pokemon got banned on his school. I started Yu-Gi-Oh, and then my friend dragged me into Vanguard. Like, how was it for you guys?
I mean, obviously, I've started. My first deck was a Yu-Gi-Oh deck, but I was a little like, I think 6 or 8 years old. But I wasn't playing going to locals and stuff. But going to locals, I started like 2016, I think, 2015, somewhere like there. And then the pandemic came, and I've stopped with Yu-Gi-Oh and started Digimon. That was like 2000 and I don't remember.
2020, I believe.
I wasn't from the start. I came in on the set 6. Yeah.
Oh, 21 then. Early 21.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I was playing Digimon, and when Battle Spirit Saga came out,
Nice plot.
I've stopped Digimon and started the Battle Spirit Saga.
Nice.
But now I think we do a bit of both, Digimon and Battle Spirit Saga. I try to sneak in some Star Wars as well, but there is no time left. Life hits hard here.
I know.
Well, I obviously started playing Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, and the friends I had in junior high, we bought decks at the same day from our local gaming store, obviously, and a friend of ours was attending locals every Saturday morning, and he told us, "Why don't you come there and play with us?" And that's where the sickness hit me in the head. And I started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Locals. And back at 2010, if I remember correctly, when Vanguard came out, I dropped everything for Vanguard. I mained Royal Paladin till the very end. Blaster Blade, yeah.
Nice.
Savior's Dragon was still a nightmare to me.
Yeah. I also tried to play some body fight, but I put my whole self to Vanguard.
Same.
And yeah, you know, the rest is history. And here we are now with Michalo.
Nice. But
Yeah, I
Mhm.
feel like briefly said how I started Battle Spirits, but actually, but like basically, yeah, we all like basically in my place, like basically every child of my generation will have started with Pokemon. Not even Yu-Gi-Oh actually, because Yu-Gi-Oh was like the generation before me because it was no longer airing on TV. It was Pokemon at that time. So we
Ooh.
all started with Pokemon. And then but yeah, but like everyone started like abusing the cards. It's like, you know, they play during recess, that's fine. But then like during class, they would discuss about it in secret. They would like take the cards out from under the desk just to look at them and stuff, look at the bling bling and everything like that. And then so like the school decided to ban it. I still remember like the way the vice principal said it. That from this day on, you're not allowed to bring those Pokemon cards to school again.
You know what? every school was like that. And sorry to interrupt you, but there were literal advertisements on television saying that Pokemon will guide you to Satan and stuff. Yeah, that the energies you put are witchcraft marks and stuff.
God damn.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, but like the best part was that like they don't try to ban everything. I mean, to be fair, you can't really ban everything. So like they said we're gonna ban Pokemon, and like the other kids was like, oh no, we don't have any more cards to play. And then that's when Battle Spirits started on TV. Like there was literally the first season of Battle Spirits on TV, and then like everyone was like, wait a second, they banned Pokemon cards. They didn't ban the other games. Let's start playing Battle Spirits instead.
Nice.
Yeah, outplay the principal.
Exactly.
yeah, and it's like just like here we are. Like just like Battle Spirits have been staying with me since like 8 years old, and like just like how like everyone does in like the TCG community. That's kind of the main way for me to like connect with my classmates and everyone. So like it is like the game itself holds a lot of meaning to me. But like if there's like, I mean, would I describe it as regret? I mean, I guess the game hasn't ended yet, but then like I know I never really gonna have a chance to do that. But like, it's to go competitive in Battle Spirits because of various reasons. Like, you know, I was too young. They only allowed Japanese registration, etc. So like I couldn't join any competition for the Japanese game. So you know, when Saga came out, it's like I was like, wait a second, it's in English?
Yeah.
What? I can join the tournament as well? And it has money? What is this?
Everything you could have hoped for.
Yeah, exactly. So like when Thorfrast said that like, you know, I mean I do agree that like it's better if like the game in general like shipped towards casual. But like at least personally I have like a completely opposite mindset. It's like I came to this game to win. If I want to play casual, I have the Japanese game. And and then like I kind of feel bad for like a lot of people who like trying to ask my opinions on like cards and decks and everything like that. The thing is like because like I started Saga with only competition in mind. Whenever someone asks me about their decks, I would literally just alter their whole deck to the point where it's even like at like minimally competitive, like usable in tournaments. And then like they were just like some of them will be just like, but I just want to play this in my local for fun. And then I was like, well, well, sorry, I can't help you with that.
Even like Ayumu is not real, he can't hurt you.
Yeah. If you play this game, you have to go serious or get out of my sight.
Yeah.
Yeah. My God.
But yeah, I think, to be fair, I think it's also partly because like the Chinese community, like not in just in card games, but in anything in general, it's like we're just like very competitive in everything. It's, like, and it actually became a problem in like today's society because like, for example, in terms of parents, they would make their kids to learn the piano at 6 years old, go to tutoring class until 10 p.m. Just so they could win over the neighborhood kids, they could get into like the best school in the country, etc. Things like that. So like,
Yeah.
I think partly it was also that culture that comes into play for me. I mean, I do think I act a bit better now, but like back then, before like Saga even started, for the other games, for like the Japanese games, like I can never look at someone's list if they're only trying to play casual. Like I had this guy in my server who would literally put like one copy of everything in this deck. Like, for example, like we got a Kamen Rider collaboration. And like what this guy did is that he put one copy of every Kamen Rider in the deck and made a 160 card deck. And then I just hated him so much. I was like, this is not going to work until he beats me over and over again because it's a Highlander deck, so you can never expect what's coming out. And it's like,
but
yeah.
It's so crazy that works. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, it's like just had to start tuning my mind. Just like, yeah, I guess casual is all right, this kind of thing.
Well, I personally have a different aspect of what being competitive is. Well, I'm really, let's say, pumped up when I really like when someone overplays my strategy, or I really like when someone plays against me with his or her full potential, and I have to try and beat that. I really like to help people build their decks around beating mine. So if I beat them after that, that's what I like the most.
Yeah, that is very fair. I do also feel that quite a lot of times, like to the point where I just would not have the satisfaction if I know that my opponent like is a new person, or maybe like they just don't know how to play the game well enough. So like there were actually quite a lot of times when like I faced an opponent, not in Saga actually, but like in the Japanese version mostly. But I faced an opponent and then he's like at the locals. But like when I say locals, like it was so big that we literally have 70 people for one tournament at a local. But yeah, and then like this guy came over and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm actually new to the game, and then and then like he plays a really complicated deck, like like it's like one of those decks, like if I tell you how it works, you will understand it, but when you get into it, you will just mess everything up because like sequencing is so important. It's like how you're swimming with Nemesis level 2, and then you got Rotting Swamp, you got 2 purple Amethyst Sanctuary, you got like Imperator Force right there, and then like you got a Mars 7 which on destroy draw 1 as well, and you're just like, how do I sequence all these effects? It's like that kind of problem for the deck like that new player was using. And then and then I was also using a deck that was hugely advantageous to him. Like I literally have no counter against his deck, but even then I was like, I'll teach you how to play. And then the funniest part was that like some of my friends still sometimes talk about it because they saw our game, but like how I managed to guide the new player with every step, and I still won the game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? If you play against a new player and you go all out against him, even if he loses, you might be a target for him, like in a healthy way. That
True.
he wants to beat later on, and he wants to get better in order to beat you, right?
Yeah, like some good rivalry right there.
Yeah,
I understand
exactly.
that. Yeah. I think actually talk about rivalry though. I don't know if you know, but
I
like
know.
Enoch does talk about you a lot after he faced you in Confrontry. Like especially after Sefri came in, he realized, oh, what was it? Sefri? No, that was Set2, wasn't it? Yeah. So like he wanted. I think it might even be because he was facing you. He then realized actually Nova might be a good deck in this format, and then he kind of like just like built a Nova deck, and then just like brought it to the second Pro Tour in Utrecht and everything like that. He was like testing his Nova deck so much, and like I was pretty amazed because like wow, you're so dedicated on making this Nova deck works, and then he was like, yeah, like I met this Theo guy in like Coventry, and then like he was using Nova, and now he was using it really well. And then like if I remember correctly, because my memory is really bad, but like at one point he did even say that he want to face you again in like a Nova mirror or something like that. I think he did get it in Glasgow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He beat me. He beat me really well in Glasgow, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and he was so happy. He's like, yes.
He did a great job. He did a great job. Enoch is such a smart kid. That's such a good kid.
Oh yeah, we like he's like one of the shortest person in like the UK group. So like at one point we said that, oh yeah, he's like the mascot of like the UK boys or something.
And you know, I have to admit that when Enoch beat me in Glasgow, I wanted to take Nova to the next step at set 3. And I tried really hard theory crafting about what I had to do to make Nova at set 3 at least the perfect deck, because I got invited to Worlds after Utrecht.
Yeah, I faced you in Worlds, didn't I?
Yeah, you beat my ass. Yeah, and at the very first round,
yeah.
2-0, you milled me out.
I don't know how I even did that. You threw out like 4 Andromedas. I was like, wow, how did I even survive that? I don't know.
You know, I understood what your deck was doing at the mid of game 2, but I didn't have time to win. So, you know, I took 6 wins in a row after that. I was so angry with myself.
Oh no!
But yeah, at least you made me realize that you know, playing Battle Spirits in every tournament, every time they teach you something new, you know. And what you taught me at Worlds is that thinking out of the box about my opponent's strategy is the key. For example, when I went to Wolverhampton, I faced Marv at the last round. He was playing Serpents, and I was like, yeah, he will rush me. I will destroy everything. I will heal, and I will win. But he never attacked me. He never ever attacked me. It was like 10 turns. I was drawing everything in order to face him, and then he was playing a Roger in a Serpent deck, and he milled me out. That's how I lost game 1.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's really
exactly.
crazy. Like I can't imagine how that works.
Yeah, it worked. Trust me.
yeah. I mean, I know it works, but it's more like I cannot think of like the structure of the deck. You know, like especially since like Serpents in general it's not really a stall deck. I mean, I suppose it kind of is if you manage to bring Maduka out, but like if not, it's not like a suitable engine for a Mule deck. It was like, but like now they say it's like wow.
Yeah, exactly.
I suppose anything works. Yeah.
To Marv's defense, Marv is such a brilliant guy. He playtests everything alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. He playtests everything alone, and he brings out of the most original deck list I've ever seen. Like, you
yeah, for
also
sure.
you also ask yourself, how does that thing work? But Marv went to top 16 at Wars with a really unique deck.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, like the red blue mill deck
Yeah,
or
exactly.
something like that. Yeah, yeah, that that was very interesting as well. Enoch and I were talking about it later on, but then like Enoch just like insists that like, his version is better.
I understand.
But yeah, that's like another main reason why I actually really love Battle Spirits, not the saga, but like both games in general. Just like because of like the gameplay itself. It's like it allows a lot of what's it called, like diversity in like what you can build, because like obviously a lot of the other games, well, when I say other games, at least in my mind, most of the time, like what came up was like a Bushiroad game, and we know that Bushiroad games are like copy and paste with like at least half the rules, but like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I think Battlefield is one of those like rarer games where like you can just kind of throw everything in the pile, and then like somehow it works, and I really like that part about it. And then but then obviously like there's a trade to it, like because like if you want to make something so diverse, then like it's also bound to be complex, because if it's not complicated enough, then like you have your creativity is limited in what you can do with them. So like kind of like there's a trade there, and like unfortunately, that obviously drove quite a lot of people away, because like leaving the translation issue aside, like a lot of like the rules, like even if like the wordings are right, just like kind of catch you off guard, I guess, like for like
Exactly.
other people coming from all the other carcasses, like this is not how it works, but it works like this in Saga. It's like,
Yeah.
what is this logic? Like, like once you get past that, like I think like that building is just like so fun, and like 90% of the times it works, even if it's just like at a casual level, so yeah.
Many people don't understand that. What you just said is the bread of butter of Baldur's Saga, and you see many people arguing about if we need a bound list on Ira or Big Bang Energy or the Labyrinth. But there are ways to play around. Well, many people say adapt to the game and stuff, but there are actually at least 10 cards you can put in your deck to completely destroy Ira, let's say. I don't believe we need a deck list on that, but I respect everyone's opinion. I play the deck myself, and this is what if you don't try to play around Ira and build your deck like that, you might not understand to adapt in future metas.
Yeah.
Because if we ban, exactly,
we're gonna get ready for the hate comments. Like, it's like, but you play the Nova deck, of course you don't want to ban this. I'm just kidding.
well,
Continue.
I played the Nova deck when it was a tier 5. So I have every right to say anything about Nova.
I mean, true, yeah.
True.
But anyway, we
Sorry, I cut you off. Yeah.
we respect everyone's opinion on that. We can have a proper civilized conversation about ban lists. And my thing is that even if we ban Big Bag Energy and Labyrinth, there is always something later on that will there will be salty and hate comments on every card that they don't like. This is not the reason to have a healthy card game to ban everything that we don't like, right?
Yeah, for sure.
True.
Yeah, I think, and like I think it's also another thing where like new players just like don't get used to yet with Battle Spirit Saga, because like I mean obviously me and Theo, like coming from the Japanese game, we kind of know very well how like Bandai functions, and like
Yeah.
one thing that they really prefer is that they just like basically they set their boundary really low. Just like, you know, a lot of like the other games, there's like, I mean, to be fair, when I say a lot, I don't really know how the ban list from the other games works. But like, at least like judging from like, you know, the reactions from like the players, I think like a lot of times the other card games, what it does is that, oh, this game, well, this deck takes like 20% of the charts. Well, time to ban something, so people will use the other cards. But like with like how Bandai works with Battle Spirits is that as long as it doesn't disallow you to play the other decks, then they're not going to do anything with it. So like
Yeah.
I can even like remember because obviously like they do explain like every time they release a ban list like why some cards are banned, and then like we gather up like kind of like a few like the main reasons why Bandai might do a ban list. So like the first one is like compared to the cost, the advantage gained alone or by creating combos with specific cards is excessive, and it impairs the versatility of that construction. And well, that was the case with I don't know, Axe Fighter and Netherworld decks, I guess, because you know, like when you have those two, like people just like don't want to play other things. Just like, you know, because like these two cards are the strongest. So like you know, and everyone just used this, and then obviously there wasn't really any ways to deal with it. I mean, to be fair, later on we do have Fragilum, but I suppose the argument is that there's only one way out, and then you know you got like all three other colors, which is like still barely playable against Axe Fighter. So you know that's why Axe Fighter and Netherworld depths are banned. And then like the other reasons are with the introduction of new gimmicks, there's a risk of getting caught in the above example. So basically, it's a precautionary measure. So like if Bandai release a ban list on like some certain cards, and you don't know why they do that, it usually means because they're gonna release a new mechanic, and then like this card will become broken. I mean, luckily so far we don't have that in Saga yet, because you know it doesn't have a huge enough database for like any of like the new mechanics to like clash with the old ones, and like hopefully they don't do that very soon, because you know with like you just started the game for like a year, you have a lot of creativity to go around in developing your game. So like you don't have to go down, you're not at the point where you have to go down the route of like releasing something new to get rid of the older cards, because you know like all the cards are still like playable, and they're not like the strongest cards right now. So like hopefully let's hope that we don't have any precautionary measure yet. And then like the third reason is it induces a solitaire state where only one side can play the cards endlessly, basically a loop deck. But again, so far we don't really have anything that can do it consistently right now. Like, you know, we kind of got like Mandala, Roger Mill deck with like Imperial Force and everything like that. But even then, like those are loops that, you know, have to get past like at least 2 turns to actually start functioning. You know, it's not something that you can do everything in just 1 turn. So like that's not a reason to ban anything yet. And then the fourth one is cards having too strong of a controlling power, but with very few means to remove it. And I think that's like kind of the argument for people to ban Era and Hydra right now. But then, like as I said, like Bandai's boundaries are very low. So, you know, if we like just try to brainstorm what cards we can think of to get rid of Era and Hydra right now, you know, you got all the purple cards for sure. You know, Deadly Balance, Core Fat, and then white. You know, you kind of have Dream Bomb and things like that. And then I don't know, like technically yellow has something. You know, Key of Intrusion. If they don't put Era at like the highest level, and or like, you know, if Hydra's only at level 2, you can always use like Key of Intrusion with some other cards to like get rid of them. Like we don't talk about like whether there's like a plausible solution or not. I mean, it's like practically it's not, because like no one's doing that right now. But
Well,
technically,
yeah.
but technically it is a way and then like obviously green and blue, like the kinds that like you don't really have like a direct solution, but like green, for example, you got like the swift spirits to kind of block the attacks, or like like because they're swift, so they're on in hand, so like Era is not going to do as much destruction, etc., things like that. So like, and then like obviously you have the most basic method, which is just go hyper aggro with white aggro and green aggro, because like screw the control decks. I'm just gonna finish you in 2 turns.
Yeah, exactly.
So like technically, there are ways to deal with them. It's just like a matter of, are you pushed to the point of having to use them yet or not? And I definitely don't think so, because like so far, like the meta itself is still like revolve around those field decks. And like what I mean by that, I don't mean that like the meta is bound to be like just those field decks, because like even Hydra too strong, so like you had to use, I don't know, Frost Tiger to counter them, and now the meta is just Era Hydra and Frost Tiger. It's not like that. You got like the meta is set because like I don't know how to explain this, but like people just like play what they want. Like I know it sounds contradictory, but like what I'm, oh god, it's really hard to explain. I can never get my mind out. But,
Don't worry, man.
like, yeah, but like what I mean is that like right now the meta is still loose enough that like people just play what they want. And then like when I say like the meta is set, I mean that like it's the same diversity. I don't know if you get what I mean, but like it's the meta isn't set in that you only have 3 decks. The meta is set in that you have like 10 decks, just like coming out of nowhere. And and like that already proves that it's not like like it's not to the point where we actually had to do any ban list yet. And like especially since like set 5 is coming, and then we don't really know how those cards will like also change the meta again. I mean, even like in set 3 itself, like I think set 3 is like the best example of like why like most of the time people might have just overlooked a solution, because like obviously set 3, it kind of started off with Fable Beast. I mean, technically it started off with Gale before set 3 even began, but like people was like, oh my god, Gale is going to be so strong. We need to find a way to counter Gale before it can even start. because of course, like Bandai likes to make the tournament on the day of release. So yeah, so like, and then so Fable Beast became meta. And then I think like some players, or well, I don't know, a lot of players might have thought that so Sephiroth is going to be Fable Beast meta, but like obviously it's not, because later on we go into Portland Pro Tour, and you suddenly got Gale Nova out. You got like all those pure Nova decks out here, just like destroying all the Fable Beasts. Like by the time of World Championship, you barely see any Fable Beasts in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was like that smug ramp thing out of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. And like that's another thing, and then like at that point, like after Portland, people would think, okay, so Fable Beast isn't the best deck, and now Nova is the best deck. And then World Championship, people just psych, no, it's actually just mech control,
No.
So
I hate
like
that
it's
deck.
like, yeah, so like I mean, I don't like talk about conspiracy theories, but like I do think like Sephiroth, like there was a little bit of manipulation in terms of like what came out of the tournament, but but like it's still like even naturally this kind of thing can still exist. You got one strong deck, and then people think it's the strongest deck until someone brought a counter out, and then they brought another counter out, and technically the same thing can continue to happen with set 4 and set 5. But I think the main problem is that like it's like, are you pressured enough to find that solution?
Yeah,
are
exactly.
you actually pushed to the edge of like, trying to counter Era and Hydra? And if not, I mean, like, wouldn't that just mean you're being lazy more than, them being at like the top end of like the meta? Because like Hydra's definitely not the top meta. Like it's a very annoying deck, but like, except for like maybe like the first few tournaments of set 4, like now that the EVA set came in, like okay, like Hydra decks can still get into top 8, but at the end, the winning deck is Era. So like we already know that's not the best deck. And then with Era, I mean, here's the thing though, because like I think one reason why like sometimes like a solution isn't discovered, or maybe it's discovered really late into the meta, is just because no one bothered testing for it. Because like like back to the thing where, because like I didn't explain enough, but like with back to set 3, people just kind of follow the trend. They saw Fable Beast being the strongest, and so like everyone played Fable Beast, and then they realized they got countered by Novas, and then so everyone goes to play Nova. But like the large majority of the player community doesn't actually want to find a solution. They just want to play the most convenient deck that they can get around with to win in tournaments. But like you always only have that small amount of players who are like actively testing with everything, to try to get a breakthrough out of like the current meta. And like I think that's kind of like a problem with Battle Spirit Saga right now, is because like generally the community is still too small. So like a lot of times we just don't have enough people or enough ideas to kind of like what's the word? Just like change the meta all the time. Because like
exactly.
we just don't have the time and like the abilities to just like try everything else and then just realize, wait a second, here's actually the counter that's workable, and obviously now the set 5's coming in, everything's going to change again. Era might still be the top, but as I said, the question is, are you sure there's nothing in set 5 that can't do anything?
There is. I can say that. There is.
Wow, I just made a really long rant of like nothing, I feel.
No, it's fine. I mean, like,
like that's why I can't be a teacher. If you want me to explain anything, I'm just be, talking with all the like.
same.
Imagine you're drawing a line. I'm not going to be drawing a straight line. I'm going to be drawing all the squiggly lines for like 20 minutes before reaching the end point.
You're the one who is like Squidward, so you and SpongeBob, so you draw the face first and then you erase some details, and then it becomes a circle.
Yes.
Indeed. Yeah. I mean, like for me personally, playing yellow, the problem in the end is still not Era. The problem is Andromeda as usual. But the problem with Era is it brings back like all the strat decks with the Nexus control with Andromeda in it. So it's like not this again.
Yeah, exactly. You know what Andy said, what Ayumu said is that Nova, Ira and Hydra are nowhere near that Axe Biter Netherworlds meta.
Yeah.
It's day and night, if I may say that. You can play your game. You have time to prepare your defenses, and well, last Sunday, one of my friends came to our locals. He hasn't played Battle Spirits in like 6 to 7 months. He took a white aggro and beat everyone and went first. Like, and the final match was against Hydra. That beat me previously, and where I was playing Ira, you know what? Yeah, and he beat me like 2-0 with white aggro.
God damn.
Where's the bannable thing about that?
I know, right?
About Hydra and Ira,
Yeah, if anything, I really like fighting against Hydra. Hydra is like the best deck in the meta that I like to play against. It's not like I'm guaranteed to win, but like at least I can play my game.
Well, this is a weird way to say that you're a masochist.
True. I mean, it's kind of can't be helped because like also like in one of the deck that I used for a long time in the Japanese game, it's the one of the variation of the Angel deck. So because like the gameplay of this deck is basically you heal yourself, and then what do you do with all these extra lives, right? Because like adding life is basically you adding core, but like you cannot use it until your opponent hits you, right? So what do they do? You hurt yourself, so you damage your own life as a cost, and then you can now use the course.
Oh,
So yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like what at that, and then like what the Japanese game kind of gave me is like that yellow is basically a deck in which everything will be gone. So like use them while you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why like the only thing that I really hope to change from yellow from now on is like now we are really reliant on Nexus that will give you advantages over time. So that's why it's kind of like tough to play yellow right now. But like as the game goes on, we have stuff like Boras that basically it goes out, it already gives you an advantage, so that if it's removed, then you already got back what you have paid for basically. Yeah. Then Birdfall is the next. Birdfall is the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
Birdfall is the next fabled piece. One day.
I mean, yeah, like talking about that, I do think like literally the biggest problem in an era deck, it's not even era, it's Andromeda.
Yes.
Like I don't even think Nova is a problem.
Yes.
Like I can deal with Nova and era, but like with Andromeda, it's like I watch my Nessus, and then your opponent goes no, and then like they summon all 4 Andromedas, and then like here's the biggest problem, like I wouldn't say ban Burning Force or Pharaoh Slash, but like Andromeda is a problem because it's spirit, because like he got all 4 Andromeda, and then your opponent goes Blazing Ball, and it's like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there are many answers to set 5, like that new Ancient Dragon that's blue or red. I know if you've seen it, that when you summon it, you can play Nexus. You can play multiple Nexuses that add up to 6 costs from your trash. I think that's a nice answer to Andromeda if you play low-cost Nexuses. Or the new Volcanic Island, or what's its name? I don't remember.
Yes, I get what you mean. I think it's literally just called Volcanic Island, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's Volcanic Island.
Yeah. That when it gets destroyed, you just pay 1 core and it's right back at there with 2 symbols.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad that like what's the word, like that pushing the game so quickly, because like even though we're already reaching like set 5, like every color is like are basically still not at their best potential yet. Like right now people will still think that blue is all about mill, but then I always tell them, like ever since set 3, is like no, blue is actually all about Nessus control. And then like we still don't really have that yet, because I guess like if you actually introduce Nessus control this early on, it can be quite a problem. Well, it was a problem in Japanese game, probably why they're not doing it yet. But like I am very glad to see that they are at least introducing like kind of the necessary cycle, because I think blue does need that at the moment to to actually get something running, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of tempted to play that card in my deck. It's like, 6 costs to bring back my Paradise, I will pay it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just play like a yellow-blue variant with Polo in there as well.
Oh.
Need to deck for my Paradise.
Oh, yes, I will. Yeah, it's time to cook now.
It's time to cook.
It's time to cook. I've been away from Saga from way too long. It's now time to cook.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about since the start of the conversation, right?
Mm-mm.
There's endless theory crafting in that.
True. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Go on.
No. I don't really have anything. But yeah.
No, like I still remember like when the developers send back their answers and then they say, actually no, if you destroy Alice with an effect cost, Alice will stay and you can still do the rest of the effects. And I told Enoch, and like literally Enoch's first reaction is like, oh my god, Nemesis and Alex, we need to cook Pebble Yellow now.
Whoa. And then they now make it official. Like they just make the first one of the first combination for like the colors is like purple and yellow. So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
He
I
was
think
onto something.
people are still trying to throw Alice in there just because you know, she actually works with Curse very well. So,
Mm-mm.
but like I don't know. It's a bit too high cost, but we will see. I do want to use Alice someday. Like back when Set 1 was a thing, I drew like 8 Alice
Mm-mm.
from my packs. But like what's even worse, I got like 10 Leons from my packs. Like Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
And like even right now in Set 4, I got 9 Rixer and 3 SPR Rixer in my binder. I was like, I don't need that many Rixer. I know I'm a purple main, but
I know, right?
Make Rixa playable.
You make Rixa great again.
trust me, I tried.
I know.
No,
I
it's
know.
it's not even make Rixer great again because it was never great.
True.
Sheesh.
Oh, the burn. But yeah, I mean, like I kind of missed the chance as well to make like the bird folk mid-range a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like because like last when you guys were in Milan, I was like joining the story regional, and then so first match I played against my practice opponent and I break, so yeah, that didn't go well. And then like second match, I played against Eva, so like for the most part, it was good enough for me until my whole hand is basically only one single Genbu and one single Mok Genbu, and then I drew a second Mok Genbu. Yeah, that is the pain of playing SN. And yeah,
Well,
that's
you are never safe from breaking out,
exactly
right?
exactly. I mean, like I wouldn't say this is the part where makes Hydra broken, but I think like that is why Hydra is like really strong, because we can use Labyrinth to kind of like ignore the ascend condition, and it is also why like I find like we have like interesting stuff like the Eva, like the 10 Angel, if I'm not wrong, like the one that took over Eva Zero, Eva Zero. God damn. Really hard. Yeah.
The Eva 02 plus Eva 08, you know what I mean? Right?
No. So you know, like the angel took one over like the Eva number 0, right?
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah.
10th Angel.
The 10 Angel.
Unit 0 consumed.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So basically, like, yeah, it's like we have like decks that brought that angel, without any Evangelion, without any Eva type 0 on it. And it's all because they bring like labyrinths. So it's like, oh, that can happen. So it's like, yeah, it's really interesting to see like where this would go on, especially since I think people are really looking forward that whether we can get the Gundam collaboration in
Yeah, exactly.
somewhere down the line. So yeah, speaking of collaboration, like, is there any particular collaboration stuff that you guys would like to see in Battle Spirits that? The Battle Spirit Saga, especially like that you guys will work well, especially in Europe.
Michalo?
No, I don't have anything in particular, to be honest.
Oh.
I yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
What a boring person.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Because like the one that I usually like whenever people ask me about that, like the one that I always push is actually Hello Kitty. I think
well,
I think it can work.
my personal choice is, if possible,
Mm-mm.
a Sailor Moon collaboration.
Oh, yeah, that can work.
I guess
Yeah.
they do have the rights, right?
Mm-mm. Oh, true. Wait, Sailor Moon is it by Bandai or Sunrise?
No, but I think like in terms of products, like Bandai has quite a lot of rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, in terms of like what they make, because I did like sometimes check with those things as well. Because I mean, even like back in the Japanese game, we always like talk about what is possible to like collab with Bandai and everything like that. And then like I went through their websites and things like that. And then at that time I was saying things like, oh, you know what? Love Live collaboration might be possible. So,
No.
and actually, HoloLive might be possible. They literally just sponsored one of their what's it called, live performances.
Yeah, that is actually like the big upset, the huge upset, because like when they like because HoloLive has this annual big thing, and then like it was sponsored by Bandai, so I was like, is it time? But it's not. And they made their own card game, so it's like, oh no. That's a big upset. Biggest upset of 2024.
Yeah. Personally, I think Godzilla will work.
Yeah, true. The legendary one.
Well, I mean either one. But I suppose if they're trying to sell towards the Western market, then yeah, probably like the legendary Godzilla. Yeah.
Yeah, Godzilla is such a popular in pop culture in general. And if I remember correctly, Godzilla is a star dragon in Battle Spirits.
No, it's actually an Asian dragon. Oh, actually no. There was a star dragon, but like it's not. Well, it at the end it depends on like which Godzilla series they wanna bring the collaboration in, if they ever do. Because like the Star Dragon Godzilla is actually Space Godzilla, which is actually from one of the Japanese films. But like Godzilla in general is Asian dragon.
And there is one thing that is going to be really good from the legendary Godzilla, because we will have Kong, and we can finally make Emperor Beast great.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally. Kong, at last. The king of the jungle will make Emperor Beast great again.
Yeah, I was waiting for so long for them to support Emperor Beast. And then Sephiroth came and said, "Psych, no, it's more Star Dragons."
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, even right now in Set 5, it's like, "Psych, no, it's Pterosaur again." It's like,
oh.
And then like the Emperor Beast just like cry in the corner. It's just like forgotten by Bandai.
Yeah.
Well, they're really low at the food chain, I guess.
I mean, to be fair, it is the case in the lore, but I don't know. It just feels bad. Like especially since when they introduced Gale Phoenix, like the X-Rare from the Green Starter deck. It's part of the 12 Chinese Zodiacs, and there's two red cards in the 12 Zodiacs, well, Chinese Zodiacs, and both of them are Emperor Beast. So I was saying like, oh, maybe Saffron 5 they're finally gonna support Emperor Beast with like the Chinese Zodiacs, and then no. It's like no. Because I really love the horse, like because one of the Chinese Zodiac is like the horse, and like the way they design the horse is like really cool, and I love it so much.
Oh yeah, the horse is the goat, especially the formula. The formula horse.
Oh yeah, like I should like send a photo up right now or something. But continue the conversation while I try to search for it.
True. But yeah, speaking of like what we came from, right? No, just kidding. But yeah, anyway, like
Right.
since we just talked about like the Chinese zodiacs, right? Like especially since in Battle Spirits we have like the gods and we have like lots of the Greek gods. Like, is there any, if we can bring any of the Greek gods to Saga, like which one would you guys want to? Is there any particular myth that you guys want to bring to Saga first?
Did you just assume they like mythology just because they're Greek?
You know
Yes.
what? The thing is that when something refers to Greek mythology
Mm-mm.
in TCGs or video games,
Mm-mm.
it cringes me out, man. Like I don't like it at all.
I understand.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a really cool mythology,
Mm-mm.
but it cringes me out, man. I don't know.
I see. I understand.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The only thing that doesn't cringe me out a lot is like God of War,
Mm-mm.
which is really out of the context.
Mm-mm.
Like they took the Greek mythology and screwed it up.
Mm-mm.
But this is the list that cringes me out.
Mm-mm.
I prefer Kamen Rider and Sailor Moon, to be honest.
Yep. That's basically fits. That's basically.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's like. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the way Battle Spirits imports the Greek gods is also has already been so bastardized because, like, for once the Zeus is really doesn't cheat so far, or at least
Yeah.
they don't reveal anything. And then yeah, they were so obsessed with drawing Hera barefooted, so it's like, oh.
Oh, I see. You know what? The only company that did a great job with that was Wizards of the Coast with Magic the Gathering.
Mm-mm.
Do you remember? They took the Greek mythology context
Mm-mm.
and put it in their own way. Like the god of sun in ancient Greece is Apollon.
Mm-mm.
So they made him Theros, the god. Like Theros in Greece means summer.
Mm-mm.
So they changed a bit,
Mm-mm.
and it's less cringy than I expected.
Mm-mm. Mm.
So if Bandai does something like that, it's not the Greek mythology but refers to Greek mythology,
Mm.
it might work better in my opinion.
I see. That's like, yeah.
I mean,
like,
I suppose in terms of battle spirits, they don't actually use the mythology, do they?
that's just
Yeah,
based
like
on,
they can't.
yeah.
Yeah, they just like use the characters and like the place names, but then like
Oh, okay.
yeah, then like but like then like well, at least in terms of story, it's still like largely original, I would say. Like, I mean, there are still some bit of reference right now. Like right now, the storyline is saying that the primordial deities, which are like the Titans, like came back to try to destroy the Olympics because it's the Titans. But then like beside that, but I actually think Bandai did create quite an interesting lore for like the Japanese game, and like and it's always one of the things where like we could never understand is that if they actually made an anime or like even if they just try to write into a novel for like the lore inside the cards instead of like being a card game anime, it probably would have sold a lot better because like the whole concept of Battle Spirits right now is that it's actually like a clash between mythologies. So like the Greek gods isn't like the main focus, but like they was like one of the many factions in in the spirit worlds. Like it started off with the Greek gods fighting the Egyptian gods, and then what was the other ones? And then there was an original faction called the Ulu, which is like the game original faction. Just like got involved into it, and then like some other people realized that Zeus is getting too powerful. Oh no, he's trying to eat everything up and like become the most powerful god. And then like suddenly we got Hindu gods coming out. It's like, nope, we're gonna stop Zeus.
Yeah.
And then finally we got Japanese gods with Amaterasu just like coming out as well. I'm just gonna try to control everything. And then like right now, for some reason, we also got Aztec gods and Mayan gods just like coming out and say, hey, we're just gonna have some fun here. So I'm not gonna go into too much details, but I think in general, Bandai is doing pretty all right in terms of kind of like making their own stories and but also doing like a sufficient reference in kind of the materials that they use. Because there's actually another thing why I enjoy Battle Spirit so much is that there were a lot of times when they use something that's that's not original to them, and then they will just throw in all these random references that's you probably won't gonna notice until you actually understand kind of the story behind the references that they use and things like that. And I really like that part. I'm trying to think of an example, right? Actually, yes, I got this one example which is very peculiar, but it was very dumb, but it works. And it's that. So do you remember? Because we do have this in Saga as well. You know the purple card called Chronoboros, which is Cossack's snake, and then got level 2 effect that on someone send an opposing call to foil or something like that.
Fun fact: Chronoboros is a Greek word which means the guy that wastes his time.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I thought it's just a combination of two words. It's obviously you got Chronos the name, and then you got how to pronounce it, Ouroboros. Yeah. Because I thought it's just the combination of those two words.
It is a combination of two words. Chronos in Greek means time.
Yeah.
It's essentially time.
Yeah. Yeah, but okay. I don't know what to say now, but well, I was going to say because in the Japanese game, one of the mini stories was that this snake, Chronoboros, ate another creature called the Pluto Sacred Beast, Infert Hades. So, and then so your first thought would be oh, is it just a reference of Kronos eating his children? But it's I don't know why that got me thinking, because I was but why did Bandai choose to have Kronos to eat Hades instead of eating Poseidon and Zeus as well?
Yeah.
Or just why Pluto and not Poseidon? And then I literally I don't know why I did that, but I actually went to research, and then I found out about this really. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I just only did some very brief research, but apparently there's a religion called Orphism, which actually originated back in ancient Greece, and it's associated with the mythical poet Orpheus. And then I read somewhere that basically in Orphism, what they believe was that the story starts with chaos, then comes the egg, the bottom part of the egg submerges and becomes Pluton, and then Kronos, not a separate god, but actually identified with Kronos, as in in English, one is spelled with C and one is spelled with K, and then this Kronos swallows this heavy matter, which is actually Pluton. And then the middle part, covering the first sediment, becomes Poseidon. The upper part of the egg, being purer and lighter, fiery in nature, goes upward and is called Zeus, and so forth.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, Bandai didn't only took out the Greek gods. Somehow, they were doing their own research, and then they found this really obscure religion called Orphism, and then read its origin story, and then decided, right, let's put this part into one of our mini stories in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And
yeah. Go on.
office in Grace means snake. And
Oh,
yeah, it's an ancient word, like, and
wow.
apart from Chronoboros, I think there is the Ouroboros,
Yes, I
like
was thinking about Ouroboros, yeah.
like Ouroborsa in set 4, if you remember.
Yes.
She's a snake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I like about Battle Spirits Saga. I'm not gonna say I like Bandai. Because what I like about the Battle Spirits that like, okay, maybe the effects are not the best, but when it comes to the card designs, that's just thinking a lot into this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like it's always so fun. Just like when they release a new card and then like you just try to look into it and it's like, okay, let's see if there's any reference in here, like things like that. Like it's actually like I think one of the most flavorful families in Saga right now is actually the Fable Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like literally most Fable Beast comes from something. Obviously we got Genbu, which is one of the 4 legendary creatures in Asian culture. And then like you got all these random cards like Hunden, just like another mythical beast. You got Griffin, another mythical beast. You got Crocodile, which is as your reference to the pirates in Peter Pan. What do they call him? TikTok, I think. Like the pirate. Just like because like so basically Crocodile's reference is the crocodile that ate a clock in Peter Pan. And no, okay, so I think the crocodile was called TikTok because like in the story of Peter Pan is that whenever TikTok is coming close, you could hear the clock inside his stomach just like making the sound. Yeah, so like that's actually like the base of crocodile. Because like why would you like randomly relate a clock to a crocodile?
Wow.
And then and then you got a vanilla card called Xieshi. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Chinese, but like I hate Mandarin. Which is a justice beast in Chinese culture. So basically, it's like creature representing the justice. So like what it says is like if like there are two sides of people arguing, this mythical beast would recognize which side is the right one and which side is the wrong one, and it would hit the guy on the wrong side with his horn or something like that. And then obviously you got Behemoth, you got Lin, which is another Chinese mythical beast. You got Hippocampo, which is like hippocampus. You got like just like all these really random creatures.
That's really interesting.
That are actually real in mythology. Yes.
Ayurveda comes from Hindu mythology as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah, almost forgot about that. Yeah, so great stories.
Yeah, that's why I love Fable Beast. No, just kidding. That's what is keeping my yellow deck beating right now.
Welcome back to another reference lesson.
Exactly. Just welcome back to Ayumu's PS Minor.
Actually some of those facts that actually come from the script on my next video.
Yes, we got another behind the scene now. Yeah. None of the things that I say today is coming from our next video, from my next video, because my next video is kind of like a shit post on the new anime. So like,
I don't think you even know what your next video is gonna be.
I know, right? Nah. My next video is going to come out next week. Trust. Next weekend. I will work on it this weekend. Trust.
Promise.
Promise. Yep. I will cross my finger right now to make sure to tell you guys that I am lying. But yeah.
If we don't see it next week, we're gonna cancel you.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, that's how it is in this in this democratorship. My goodness. But yeah.
Feel for his in control, but it's actually me.
Mm-mm.
It's me, Dio. Warlord.
No. Ayumu has been vetoing all of my ideas. No, just kidding. He has agreed to a lot, so it's like what it's like if Ayumu didn't say yes, it's like do I make this? Yeah, maybe no.
Yeah, because most of the time it's just like Phil sends something in, and I read it's like this is not gonna work.
Yeah, because most of my inspiration comes from me going to the toilet, and then like it's a little bit too long, and then like there's a gap in window in which I should have thought about like the Roman Empire because I didn't thought out of the Roman Empire. It's like what if I make this video about the Roman Empire? So yeah, I have this idea regarding the Roman Empire. And then it was like, yep, no, this is not going to work. Oh, okay. Then I'm going to think about the Majapahit Empire. Yeah, and that's basically how our creative process works. Yeah. Other than that, we sometimes want to make something that's like, yeah, this is going to take like 20 years to make. But like, yep, let's just put it in the bucket first. One day we will be able to make it.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. So, is there any ambitious project that you guys probably want to try? Since now you guys, I think, want to focus on making skits, right? But is there any ambitious project that you guys want to make? Like, it doesn't have to be a video. Maybe like, just like Ayumu said, there may be some kind of like small tournaments, or maybe like an event, a get together where we just gather all the Saga players, but we'll just going to have a barbecue together in a nice terrace, and then have a drink together, maybe.
This is the only thing I want right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about at the end. I told you before that this is what I do with my friends, Michalo and the others. At the moment, like we planned the road trip last 2 weeks before with our girlfriends, and we went there. It's like it's not about playing card games. You can just hang out and have fun, nothing more.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I really want to go to road trip as well, so I can really relate to that. We will have to do it one day.
Yeah, exactly.
So we just invite everyone, all the Wild Spirits content creators. So we invite the Nexus, we invite main deck masters, and all the other guys, and then like we gather everyone in one place, and then now it's a battle royale. We just give everyone a knife, and then now it's a battle royale.
Only one YouTube channel could exist.
Indeed.
Everyone is welcome, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to make your own YouTube channel, beat us first.
Indeed. It's a little cheeky competition in it. If we cannot solve this in the world's we'll solve this in the road trip.
Well, if there is a knitting competition, a food competition, I don't think anyone can beat me.
Yeah, we will.
Yes.
Yeah. Our like this is like a kind of like an unofficial collab, right? So like I think like our first collab will have to be some kind of mukbang thing. So
yeah.
Wait, what? Why?
Yeah, because Indonesian it's a lot, Greeks it's a lot, so it's time to duke it out.
I can never understand.
Yeah, because like our channel is also about the TCG lifestyle, so that's what I really want to cover as well. Like, yeah, what is like if you need to come here to play trading card game, like what can you expect? What can you eat there? What can you see? That's what interests me as well. Which is why now the ultimate question is because I'm I am a German resident. I can't say I'm a German because I'm not a German, but I'm a German resident. So the big question is Gyros and Döner. Which one is the ultimate winner and why?
All right. Well,
Well, I'm gonna
You
stay
know.
out of this.
Sorry, Theodore. You know the answer.
yeah, you know this. Well,
Exactly.
to be precise, gyros is a Greek-originated food. Döner is a Turkish-originated food. They're different in their in the type of meat they use. So the thing I will say is, it's up to your preference of meat type. But I will always prefer gyros to Döner because it's much more tasty. And Döner is tasty as well, but it's a bit heavy. Like
True.
you know.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Now that you mention it, gyros, especially in Germany, is like really light.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's not only just the meat. Like the serving style is also way more manageable because, like, with Döner, you basically they put the meat and then they put like 3 metric tons of salad in here. It's like I mean, like, I really like salad, but this is supposed to be a sandwich. I can't even hold this in my hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, with gyros usually they just put in like, at least in Germany. So yeah, please, yeah, would really like to hear like how do you guys eat them in Greece? Because like in Germany, if we do like a gyro sandwich, it's basically just the meat, tzatziki, and then the cut and then just chop onion. So it's like really light, really simple, and it's all manageable in one hand.
Well, this is exactly how we eat it here in Greece. Right, Michalo?
We have potatoes.
Oh.
Yeah, we have
French
Greece.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, you don't?
Oh, you mean French fry? Well,
Yeah.
you mean fries or just baked potato?
Yeah, I mean, inside we call it souvlaki.
Oh.
Inside gyros, we put potatoes, French fries. Yeah.
Damn.
But I think that's tastier.
True.
Well, there are some cheats with souvlaki. For example, if you don't put potatoes inside your souvlaki, there will be more room for gyros, right? But with the following years, the shop owners found why this is a cheat, and they put the same amount. So you can't avoid putting French fries inside. But there is a nice combination. You have so many flavors inside, and tzatziki is the best. I admit it.
Yeah. That is I'm really looking forward to one day going, because like I've been talking about with goddamn, why do I suddenly with Dionysus. Because like, yeah, he was always like, yeah, come here, we'll go, you will eat like the best grill. So like for you guys, like if you guys were to invite like a friend to Greece, like what is the first food that you guys will bring them to? Like what is the food that you will bring them as like an introductory to Greek cuisine?
Souvlaki, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely. My mouth is already watering, so yeah. Yeah, once again, yeah, it was a really nice talking with you guys. Like we finally had like a chance to kind of like, how to say, explore more into like the competitive aspect of Saga, like because sometimes we got too distracted and we just talk more about food in the end. But yeah.
Yeah, where did you spend like the first hour talking about what politics in Greece?
True.
Well, it was nice talking to you guys also.
Yeah.
You are so much fun, and you're really good people and really warm people, if I may say.
Thank you. That's what they said about my people. So I am glad that I was able to be a good representation of my people.
Perfect.
I'm actually cold-blooded. I'm gonna see you by your bed tonight.
All right.
Well, I am fine with that. But we are going to have a shoot tomorrow, so you better go sleep right after.
Perfect.
Nice. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys again for coming today. So yeah, if any of the viewers want to check you guys out, like where will they be able to find you guys?
Go ahead. I mean, I just want to say thank you for inviting us.
Oh yeah.
It was a pretty nice podcast. Yeah, refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
And come to Greece.
Yeah.
Thor, you can manage the socials, right?
Yeah. We're mostly on YouTube. Every other social media we have leads to YouTube. So just type Boy Spirit Saga instead of Battle Spirit Saga,
Nice.
and you will find us quite easily. You will see our ugly faces right in front of you when you type it. So it won't be that hard, I guess.
Now I am obligated to put my face in as well. But yeah, I will make sure to put the links in the description as well. So if you guys want to check them out, do feel free to either type those in the search bar or like check in the description below. So yeah, once again, thank you Thorfrast, thank you Michalo for coming today. We hope that you guys have a next week going forward. That's how we usually end it. But yeah, if you guys have any particular questions or any particular guest that you guys want us to talk with in the future, do feel free to reach us at our email at therefreshsteppodcast@gmail.com. Or if you guys are listening to this on YouTube, where it's most likely where this podcast is going to be up, feel free to comment down below. So yeah, I hope that it has been a good episode for you guys as well. We hope that you guys have a nice week going forward, and we'll see you all in the next turn. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.